So I'm in a place called Yokosuka. It's kind of south of centre of Tokyo on the coast. It's very Americanized here, and that's due to an American Navy camp that's very close. It has its advantages. A lot of the menus are in English and a lot of people talk English as well, so that's good. So my flight here was both good and bad. I can't fault Royal Dutch Airlines. They were a really good airline to fly with. They were professional. It was the biggest plane I've ever been on. The entertainment system was fantastic. You had the choice of movies, radio, podcasts, television. It was a really good system. You got fed well. Constantly they were giving you food and drink, which was really good. The bad side was I couldn't sleep a wink. Basically I had 13 hours to fly and I hardly slept at all in those 13 hours. I've got this thing that during the day I can sleep anywhere, in a car, on a bus, on a plane, anywhere. But as soon as it's night time, I can't sleep a wink. And I didn't sleep at all in that plane. So once I got into Tokyo, it was a breeze. Going through security and that kind of side of it was easy. It wasn't until I picked my luggage up that the nightmare began. I had two suitcases. Well, I had two suitcases and a bag. One of my suitcases was hand luggage, a small suitcase. The other one is big and heavy. I found out that that suitcase, the zip had broken, and luckily the lock had kept the suitcase closed so all my stuff didn't fall out. And then I discovered that the wheel was also damaged, so when you wheeled it along, every second or so it jammed. So it was a nightmare wheeling it anywhere, and I had to transport my luggage all the way into Tokyo. So I had to get a train, which is no problem, I don't need to wheel it about there. But then from the train station I needed to get to a hotel. Now I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So with the company that I work for, they also sort accommodation. And I was supposed to move into my flat basically the same day as I got there, on the Friday. But my flat wasn't ready, so I needed to find a hotel. Because of cost, and also because I'd heard about these capsule hotels, I had booked myself into a capsule hotel. However, in my haste, I didn't read the small print. It turns out capsule hotels, or at least this capsule hotel, does not open between the hours of 10 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock at night. And I arrived in Tokyo roughly around about 12, around about midday. So I had 5 hours to kill before I could book my booking. So the airports around Tokyo do this really good service where you can actually book in your luggage and get it delivered, to your hotel or to wherever you're living at a later time. I should have done this, but I thought I get to the hotel, I can drop the luggage off and then book in later. Yeah. I couldn't walk anywhere because these suitcases were a nightmare to travel with. So I ended up spending 5 hours in a cafe, which suited me fine. I drank coffee and I basically fell asleep for 5 hours. So I book in, store away my suitcases, and then I go out and explore. And the first thing I really notice is how clean Tokyo is. I've stayed in London and it's just a dirty mess in places. But Tokyo is, or the area that I was in at least, was spotless. The streets, the pavements were just spotless. The next thing that I found unusual was, especially down the back streets, they don't have pavements, they just have lines to distinguish between where you walk and where the cars go. So that was quite unusual. So I get back to the capsule hotel round about 7:30. I'm knackered. I just had something to eat and I needed some sleep. And that's when I explored the hotel. Now, it was clean but very cluttered, and a strange mix of futuristic and dated appliances. I can remember going downstairs to looking for the toilets and bath room area, and entering what looked like a hair salon. It was really strange. The toilets were really dated. They were the ones where they've got the hole in the floor. It was just a little bit strange. And then I have a quick shower, then go to bed. But again, I couldn't sleep. And there's privacy in a capsule hotel, but you hear everything that's going on around you. People were coming in, booking in, coming in, using the lockers, and they are metal lockers, so they clang and bang, so I could hardly sleep. And they were coming in pretty much solidly up until, I think, gone 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I discovered that in Japan they have snorers as well. There must have been about 3 or 4 people around me snoring, one of which was the capsule right to the side of me, and his snoring was so loud it vibrated. I swear it vibrated my capsule. That's okay, I might be exaggerating, but it was so loud. I was trying to doze off, and every now and again I would be woken up by his snoring, thinking that he's in the same capsule as me. It was so loud. So I get up round about 9:15 and get out the door of the hotel for about 10. And I sit outside wondering what on earth do I do, because I don't meet the guy from work who's supposed to show me my flat until 3 o'clock. Well, actually 3:30. What do? Do I sit in another cafe all day? So where I was supposed to meet him was at an office. So I thought I'll just go to the office and hopefully they'll have space to keep my bags and I can wander around without lugging the broken suitcase. So that's what I do. Luckily, I find the place. It was relatively easy. Asked these guys and they were really helpful, and they let me store the luggage, and in fact I managed to see this person earlier and they showed me to the flat, which I'm really pleased about. And then when I do get to the flat, there's nothing in it. It's void of everything. There's no washing machine, there's no cooker, there's no microwave, there's not even curtains on the wall. All I wanted to do was relax, but I couldn't really even do that. So that is my nightmare start in Tokyo. Well, okay, maybe not so much of a nightmare start. I'm here, I'm alive, aren't I? So stop moaning. I shouldn't be moaning. I'm not moaning. I'm loving it here. I absolutely love it here. And then I found out my father had died. Sorry. My dad, he could be a sod at times, argumentative, grouchy. You know what? He loved his family and would do anything for any of his children. He was also one of the funniest guys you could meet. I think from all the comments that both myself and my family have received, they all have pretty much mentioned his wit. It's hard to say anything to do him justice. My work knows what's happened and they've been really good about it. I actually found the news out halfway through my training, and though I continued the training, I didn't take any of it in. So eventually, I had to give up. So this postponed my training for a week. And really it's up to me how I want to continue. My family are telling me that I should, you know, stay and continue, but I'm half and half. This was kind of like supposed to be my honeymoon period in Japan, where everything is bright and rosy, but it's difficult to enjoy it. And when I do enjoy it, I feel guilty for enjoying it. I know I shouldn't, and I know I should be celebrating his life rather than commiserating his death, but I know I've got an empty feeling that I can't fill. So maybe I want this video to just say something about him, really, about how much he's going to be missed. I keep thinking about, I didn't spend any time with him, and you know, all these things that you know, people think about. I used to miss his birthdays, and when the hell did I ever remember a Father's Day? It didn't mean I didn't love him. I loved him a bit. Just wish I said it more.